Hey guys, Bakermat here, and we're back in the studio, and I'm going to show you how I made Ain't Nobody featuring LaShun pace. So let's go. So let's have a look in the project file, and as you notice, it's a different software than I use normally. It's Ableton instead of FL Studio, and as you can see, if you saw the latest video, you see that my production skills are a bit messy. You know, my projects in general are very messy and very unorganized and very untagged, and I don't name channels. So, but that doesn't matter. I can still show you, and I'm gonna do it a little quicker than last time. I'm gonna take hopefully 10 minutes to show you and walk you through the project real quick. So let's do it. This is the main element of the tune, and that is the acapella by LaShun pace, and absolutely amazing. Let's just have a listen real quick, and just a heads up, I can't talk if I solo out tracks, so yeah, it's just gonna be listening then. When I first heard this acapella gospel tune, I was like completely blown away, fell in love with it, and I've been trying to make a tune out of this for years, but I couldn't find the right chords until I just started playing some root notes on the piano. And basically, yeah, the intro, what you hear are those root notes, and it sounds like this. Nobody but me, Lord, and this is these are the notes. Just screw them in. So basically, these root notes, they open up the track. That's the first kind of chord progression-ish thing, because as you can see here, I slowly they turn into chords, and the second part of the intro. It's the first kind of progression that I started with when I was making this project, and up until this point, up until this, that was all I had in the beginning, and that I had that for a year, and I didn't do anything with it. So, because I couldn't find a way to, I didn't know what to put after that. Because I liked this little intro, the beginning, the first, what is it, like first 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But then after that, I didn't know what to do. But until I found out that, hey, I might just go for another chord progression after this first one that's completely different. So what I did was end with this. As you can hear, that's a completely different progression than this first one. Let me just solo it out. You couldn't hear me there because I was soloed out. I have to solo myself and then solo the track. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so we've had this starting progression, and then we went to this progression, which is the piano chords I just showed you. And I combined these piano chords with this guitar loop. And with this horn loop. And then going back to the vocal and putting the new progression under the main vocal. So I did this to keep it refreshing, to keep it exciting. And when I finished this intro part and the little drop lead part after that, and put the original vocal under this to start part B of the track, I immediately felt that, you know, if we're going over here. By the way, in the end version, there's a little organ that joins the musicality here, but I don't have it in this project file. This is the raw file, the one where I made everything. And when we were mixing the final thing, me and my engineer, we added a little organ. But for now, we have this. And then I thought, you know, I have no idea what to do after that, because I already did 2 progressions. How can I make this exciting enough to keep the listener entertained. So I thought let's do a third progression, because why not? So we have this progression. We already have. We have this progression, and I thought let's do another one. Just gonna solo the piano here for you. Very kind of like classic Bakermat chords, piano chords. By the way, all the pianos I use is Easy Keys plugin that I really love, and this is the vintage upright, and it just sounds a little bit vintagey and very like, it's not grand at all, which I dig. For this track, it was really cool. And I combined this progression, this little piano progression, with the horn stack lead that I got off Splice. I thought they sounded really well together, and I'm just gonna turn this off. And this is just and then combined with the chords, and they have the bass. That gives the bass, adding the bass there gives that extra energy, combined with all the sweeps I got going on here, combined with the fly home drums. This is just like a rock drum that if you listen to my music, my tracks a lot, you'll notice I use this loop a lot. And it's always nice when I put this on the part where you need a lot of energy and the build-up part. It just gives it that kind of rock vibe and just pumps you up for that drop that's about to come. And I also like using these kind of silly sweep ups in my tracks a lot. They're so housey, and I just really dig it. It's really like old school house, uses those kind of sweeps as well a lot, and I use them as well. So yeah, we're going to the grand finale of the track right now. We got the bass, we got the piano, the new chord progression of the piano. We got the horns, we got the guitar, we got the vocal, everything combined. And I always love doing that, to, in the beginning of a track, play with different elements, and in the end, have them all join together and work towards the big drop, the big end drop. So yeah, let's have a listen to the end drop. This sounds a bit different than the end version, because the mixing, I always let the mixing, I make these projects in FL or Ableton, and then eventually the mixing and mastering, I always hire professionals to do that with me, because that's not my specialty. And I think that's really good to know, to know what your specialty is and what you're good at and what you're not good at. I'm very good at combining samples, coming up with chord progressions, combining genres, coming up with ideas, and keeping things really refreshing and exciting. But I'm not that technical. I'm not a genius in mixing and mastering and all that. So I have people help me with that, which is great, because you can really focus on what you do best. And then when the track is done, I bounce the stems and I go to my mixing engineer and we mix this track together, because I do think it's very important to remain involved in the project, also the mixing and the mastering, because you want that stamp. You want it to sound like you. That's really important. But the tools and all the stuff that my engineer has, a lot more knowledge and a lot more skills than I do. So the end version sounds a bit more tuned and way better than this raw version. But this raw version is where you can see how I built the track. So I thought that's the most important thing, the most interesting thing for you guys. So yeah, Rob. We have them repeat the Jesus thing, and then we're going to the end. Really simple, going back to that second chord progression again. That's just little I mean, that's this little piano. I just wanted to say, but the solo thing just cut me off. So basically that's it. As you can see, little detail at the end here. Just the chords of the piano here. They get more complex the farther we go. To keep things interesting, it's the main theme of this song. I wanted to keep things interesting and exciting. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered the most important elements of this tune. I hope you enjoyed watching another In the Studio With Making Off with me, Bakermat, and hope you learned something. If you didn't learn something, then I hope you just enjoyed watching me explain how I made this tune. And I hope you enjoyed the tune. Let me know what you think. Yeah, well, see you next time with another Making Off in the Studio with me, Bakermat. Have a good day.